everyone, and welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell, and tell a friend. Alrighty, on the docket today, we have Sister Wives, Season 18, Episode 9, Battle Lines Are Drawn. Shots fired, run and duck for cover. I don't know what else to say. Oh, before we get started, thank you to everyone who joined our little channel, our little tribe. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And thank you so much for all of the comments. Not only is the live chat crazy, but also in our comments section for the replay crew. We really appreciate the engagement. I've never seen this much engagement before. Sorry if it takes me a little bit longer to respond, but I do try to get in touch with all of you as quickly as possible. But thank you. We really appreciate it. All right, Jamal, you can lead us off.
I don't know what to say with this episode though, because the kids was just talking real I'm gonna say it like this. They was reckless, but they weren't wrong. You know what I'm saying? They were right and reckless because they just let it all hang out. Because they're like, you know what? What's gonna happen is all she was gonna cry or gaslight us. I was like, you know what? And this just tells me that they see exactly what's going on. And I'm sick of McKelty. I'm sorry. This is the way I see it. Here's why. I'm going to go a little bit further. We're talking about McKelty, and I get it, though. I do understand, like, when Robyn came into the family, McKelty wasn't treated the best, and Christine acknowledged that, and Robyn was just there to say, hey, this isn't right, so she kind of just took her under her wing, whatever. I do get that, but fast forward, McKelty, you see how your mother's been treated over the years. You see this, and I don't mind her saying, like, Robyn and I's relationship is this. I'm still cool with my dad. I do understand this, but you still have to back up your mother. You can't sit there and say, like, I'm neutral. It's like, no, you need to openly acknowledge, like, hey, while I have my own relationship with my dad and Robyn, I do see what my mother's been going through. She hasn't acknowledged that, and that's part of my issue with her. You have to acknowledge where your mother's been hurt. You can't stay neutral. Like, I don't understand that.
I have nothing to say about McKelty because McKelty gonna wind up just like her mama. Tony gonna do to her what Kody did to Christine. Next. All right, Tracy. Yes, Tracy. These are my notes. First thing up on Sister Wives. My God, we are back in fucking March 2022. And Avalon was born in April. Why are we regressing? And this is production. Stop fucking around with us.
I have a question, just to make sure my timeline is right. Weren't we just in May last episode?
Yes, because Janelle's birthday is May 5th or 6th, because I had to Google it. I don't know these people's birthdays. Then we went back to March for film because what was the occasion? Something happened in March, and then Avalon's birthday that they celebrated over at the McMansion, that child was born April 5th.
Okay. I just want to make sure I wasn't going crazy.
I see you, Tracy. Thank you. This was dumb. And everybody's noticing it. The backwards time jump from last episode. Yep. TLC is unhinged for that. Yes, Lena. Also, in the preview for next week episode, they blurred out Robyn's paintings, and Kody asked them to. Did Kody ask them to afraid of forensic accountant, maybe, or one? It could be a few things. The artist did not give them permission to show the artwork, or two, the forensic. But it's already too late, in my opinion. It's already too late. But I'm gonna side on that they didn't have approval from the artist, so they could possibly be on loan. But then again, if you
or
lend in something, you want it promoted for sale.
right.
So then maybe they are hiding it from the forensic accountant. I don't know. Hey Sunway. Count on you. We've got 2 investigators in here, Tracy and Lena. Kody going to be clank clank soon if the IRS starts seeing more of the McMansion Museum. Well, that and is he like a 1099 at these gun shows? When was the last time he filed a tax return?
Right.
Just asking for a friend. Let's see, Tracy. Hello, everybody in the chat. Y'all are just chatting away.
Here's the thing though with them, with these two, they are just a mess because it's like it's too late. It's too late. There's so much footage out there that they can go back and just trace everything. I'm so confused.
Oh my God. Lena says she about as neutral as North Korea. And Natalie, hi Natalie. 10,000% Tony is gonna do her wrong. Yep.
Oh, for sure. Because like Robyn's like, oh, I really like Tony. He's great. We just like clicked. I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go.
Okay, let's see. Me to do it. I be Googling while I'm watching Christine's anniversary. Yes, that was it. Christine's anniversary is March.
Right.
Janelle's birthday is May. And then Avalon's birthday is April. It was just a yo-yo episode. Just ridiculous. But we did find something interesting thanks to the redut. Before we get into the episode, look at this shit. Look at this shit. They have the same horse ring. Okay, so this is from David Yurman. What collection is this? The Horsey collection? I think it's the Petrus collection, something like that.
Right.
And in Latin, it means rock. But for David Yurman, he's also pulling from mythology, meaning victory. So basically, they're calling each other their rock, like their foundation, like their anchors. But it's also a victory. A victory over what, girl? An empty bank account? I can't stand this woman. But yes, his ring, good Lord. His ring is how much? $1,200? And hers is almost $6,000 because, of course, Robyn had to get the gold one. And Kody, he got like the sterling silver with gold accents. You can believe this? Can you believe this? This is what they're wasting these women's money on. And she's sitting down there in Meri's kitchen saying, it's a cool ring. It's a cool ring, isn't it? It's a cool ring. Meri, Janelle, and Christine, do a yard sale, fire sale, sell every fucking thing and then burn that bitch down. Don't go to jail, but don't waiting to exhale, just burn it.
But luckily Christine got her money out before all this happened though.
Yeah.
So she had her escape plan. It is a whole mess. Like, but that just tells you how Kody sees Robyn. You let her ring is 5 times the cost of yours. Okay, but she's not your favorite wife.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Well, hi, Auntie. Hi, Jim Car. Hello, everybody. Hi, Ryan. Hold on. What was she wearing on her actual ring finger? She actually has several rings. She has a plain gold band. She has a diamond eternity band. I've seen another one on her finger. She has a lot of rings on her finger. But I'll see her wear that Claudia ring no more. Okay. We traded the Claudia for a horsey. Let's start with Garrison's dinner.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was hilarious. Like, I was just like, y'all are sitting here eating Robyn up and pulling no punches. And when they were talking, right, you could say they're to the outside, right? It could look as mean and spiteful. But when you listen to what they're saying in their timeline, here's the thing: they were giving out timeline and text and like context. Whereas Robyn did exactly what the kids said she would do: cry and gaslight.
Yeah. Christine was a gem in this episode.
She gave no
pulling
fucks.
out all of the, like, asking the questions without being too invasive and allowing the children to just have verbal diarrhea on Kody and that other woman over there.
But the thing, here's what killed me though. Like I said, when they were talking, they were just spitting out facts. Robyn's sitting over there trying to make everybody believe they're victims. Because when Gwen said all she's gonna do is try to make herself the victim. She's the victim. Was it Garrison that said she's gonna be the victim in every situation, no matter what we say, what we do?
Yes,
she's gonna be the victim.
She's gonna turn it back on us to be the victim.
Then we go to Garrett. He says Aurora's the only one who says on that side. He said that side that says I love you. I'm like, that's interesting. Flash to Aurora. She's like, I see Garrett on campus. We explain his pleasantries. We hug. We well wishes. All that good stuff. Like he's been nothing but kind. And I'm like, okay, cool. But here, when you look at Brianna and Aurora, I'm like, oh, y'all really have no clue what's going on. Because them poor kids looked at rough. They looked at kind of haggard, kind of tired. They looked at really, their demeanor is what Robyn's trying to portray, and it's not working. I feel for the girls. Because you could tell they've been very hidden away, very sheltered. I'm sorry. That's the way I see it.
No, not sheltered. They've been lied to. Let's just call a thing a thing. Okay. All right. So Lena says here, she agrees with you. Gabriel said Aurora is the only one who says I love you. But she only says it to Gabriel. Is it because she's attracted to Gabriel?
No.
Y'all say that they're grooming her for Kody, but this girl could have her own feelings too. She's not related to him.
I thought it was Brianna.
No, ain't the older one? Who's the older one? Not the one that was crying like Robyn.
Well, no, Brianna. I thought it was Brianna that was the older one.
No,
it was Aurora.
Let's forget names. Robyn, oldest girl. the one that wasn't crying. She's the one that talks to Gabriel, right? Because the one that was crying was like, they don't love us. If you don't think they love you, why are you running around saying I love you? The younger one with the blonde hair that was crying, she's Brianna. Robyn Jr.
That's Brianna.
Right. So wait, so Gabriel said that Aurora's the only one who said I love you. Ain't that the older one? I don't know. Who are these girls?
Right?
Who? Okay. Chat, help us explain. Which one is which? The one that was crying with the blonde hair. Who's that? And then the other one with the dark hair that was rubbing her back and looking at her like, why are you doing that? Who's that?
Okay. Which one did Kody take to get the piercing? That's the one.
With I don't know. They're one and the same to me. I can't tell the difference between two. I don't care. I don't care. Brianna's the crier. Aurora is the dark-haired one with no crying. Thank you, Lena. So let me tell you, I feel she like Gabriel. I would like Gabriel. They ain't family. They ain't even adopted.
Allegedly.
Her programming is not working. Obviously, if she's going around and telling Janelle's boys that she loves them, that is forbidden.
Okay, so so it is Aurora. You're right. I knew it was the one who went to the piercing. I knew that was the one that the rumors are there about.
Brianna is the blonde. Aurora is the dark-haired one.
So the one on the right. So it was Aurora. So it's Aurora. Yeah. That's the one you were talking. Okay, so yeah.
Right. I bet you anything, like, because why is she going against programming if she's telling Gabriel that she loves him?
Why is she going against programming? I can't stand you.
Let me tell you, I'd watch that, sister wife. I'd watch that. Her running away from mom and Kody and shacking up with Gabriel.
You a mess.
I would. That would crush Janelle. No, it wouldn't. She would count that as a win. That would be a down payment on the money owed to her.
Exactly.
I got your kid over here.
Right.
Oh my
But
God.
I just
Thank you guys.
I just enjoyed the fact that they had the conversation. And like you said, I tried to say shelter. You said lied, tomato. We'll go with lied. It's quicker. Lied is less syllables. So lied to, and it's you could just see the whole little world just crumble. I'm like, oof.
Okay.
Oof.
So Lena and Auntie would watch that with me. Oof, girl, the mess. I would watch the fuck out of that.
I mean, I would too. I'm not gonna say here lie. I would.
You're surrounded by girls who just have would really watch the bottom of the barrel.
But it's the bottom of the barrel that's the most entertaining nowadays, though, and that's the problem. If we're being honest, because look at what we're watching now. Okay, so Robyn sent there trying. I'm like, why are you sitting there trying to cry? Like, we got kicked off the Brown family island. Me and my kids feel this way. Yeah, what?
She made the Brown family island and threw the other women off and the children. What kind of mother is she that she's not telling Kody, get your ass up and go and sort it out with your kids?
Okay, let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about Gwen. Because I think Gwen had one of the lines of the episode. When she said Robyn made herself the victim. That's so wild. Real quick. So when Gwen said, she makes herself the victim and uses her being the last wife in as that card, and she looks at Christine, she's like, you never made that excuse. I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what, Gwen? You better go in and have your mama's back, unlike some people. That was hilarious to me. And Christine just sit there like, nope. I was like, well.
Really, Wendy? Oh, wow. That's a mess.
I believe
that. Jail for that?
I believe it. No, remember that's probably part of the divorce settlement, which is why she, made the sacrifice. She made the sacrifice, take on all the debt with no complaining.
Because she ran it up illegally.
Right. Exactly.
Makes sense. Thank you, Wendy. Child, y'all be putting some things in this chat. Aurora talks to Gabriel school, but not to Savannah. It's strange because she want that dick. And Savannah not here for it. Savannah think all them over there is bitches. Savannah be sitting there quiet, but it's the quiet ones you got to look out for. They'll stab you in your back. They'll stab you in your front. They'll stab you in your head. Like, I will watch Savannah.
Well, Savannah's about her mama and Christine, though. That's another thing you got to take into account. Christine kids and Janelle kids are for each other's mamas. Period. Point blank. Period. They going down with them.
Except for Gabriel. Gabriel following behind and Garrison. Them two. They don't even know where Janelle is, but wherever Christine is, that's what we want to be.
Yeah.
What did she feed them as children? My God. When she said they keep talking about trauma, by the way, where's the trauma coming from? Thank you.
Right.
Them was words from Gwen. Because she said Kody made his choice.
Period.
I mean, it should be the others that got left behind that have the trauma. And you heard Christine say, Janelle's kids are going to feel it more because Kody used to always be around Janelle's kids, not so much hers. And so her kids were used to that, him not being there, them being ignored. But when all of a sudden the affection was taken away from Janelle's kids, it was devastating.
Right.
Oh, and the other thing that Christine said, In order to save her Truly's relationship with her father, she thought it was best to take her away. And I kind of understand that in a roundabout way. And I wish she had explained it like this instead of like making herself seem like some guru. Basically, but it was too late because Truly was already realizing that her daddy wasn't coming around,
Right.
right? So by taking her away, that's the excuse. He is thousands of or hundreds of miles away. It's not easy for him to see you. However, when we go once a month down to
Mhm.
Flagstaff, this can be really special time for you and with you and your dad. And that's how you can save that relationship. Um him
And
him
also,
calling that BS was BS.
she didn't want to see the. So we
Wow.
all know Cody's progressively getting worse, right? She's not
Mhm.
trying to have her daughter see the complete meltdown and downfall. She doesn't want her child
Mhm.
to see him in that light. So it's better to say, okay, we're gonna see your dad, enjoy, have fun. So it makes a lot to me. It made a lot of sense because she's trying to do is not to have Truly see Kody at his absolute worst. In her mind, it's bad enough that her older children were ignored. It was bad enough that Kody ignored them. It was bad enough how she was treated. But now here's the thing though. We also have to remember she also doesn't. And this is like to a lesser degree, but still important. She doesn't want Truly to see how, uh, you know, uh, Kody is treating Janelle because now Truly's older. When Truly was younger, she didn't understand how Christine was being
Mhm.
treated. But now
Mhm.
she's older and she can understand these conversations. If she overhears them, it will be a lot worse for Kody.
Mhm. Okay.
It makes total sense.
Look what Tina put in here. Thank you, Tina. The lone man from Las Vegas, Holmes, said Robyn went by 4 names on credit cards. That's why I'm concerned if she has a card in Janelle, Meri, or Christine's name. I do remember that he said we have to clear up the issue with multiple names for you. Yep.
And she's like, "Oh, that wasn't intentional. I wasn't trying to like dodge anything." I'm like, "You know what?" Because remember we talked about that last week. We talked about that last week, and we was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Mm-hmm."
Mm-hmm. And I do want to click on this. Okay, so Gabriel and Aurora are in college. Savannah is in high school with Brianna. Um, okay, so I forgot about that because I didn't realize that Robyn allowed the girls to go to advanced education. My fault. But good on that older one that don't cry like Robyn. To be going to college. Nice. Hmm. Interesting. I still think she want Gabriel. Gabriel's a hottie. Gabriel's a hottie. Mm-mm-mm. But I like him better with his haircut. Yes. Okay. So Lena agrees with you. Christine didn't want Truly to see the mess, so Truly only has the ideal version in her head. I don't look when you put Truly next to Kody. Truly is like 1,000 times smarter than Kody and much more mature.
Mm-hmm.
I think she understands, but she doesn't really say anything. She doesn't want to get involved in that.
Well, yeah, but also, like I said, when she was younger, when Christine was being mistreated, she was younger, so
Mhm.
she didn't understand. But see,
Yeah.
I think as she's getting older, she's gonna be putting the pieces together. Christine knows. Christine's like,
Mhm.
okay, she's starting to understand this. There's no doubt about it. So let me get her away from this mess. So at
Mhm.
least she's not gonna have the same opinion. Well, the same total opinion as the other
Mhm.
siblings.
Yeah.
She wants truly have some sort of a different experience.
Yeah. Ryan says, I love Christine saying that about Truly, about taking Truly away, benefiting her relationship with her father, protecting her image of him. Well, I mean, the last one can grow up in delusion.
Right.
Tracy says, they act like this was not on film. Hello. Robyn and Kody need to go back and binge watch this show on TLC called Sister Wives. Tracy, you make me laugh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so what Lena says. No, that's Robyn Brown, Robyn maiden name, and Robyn first married name. Those are her different names. Not saying she doesn't have cards in her name, but that's not what they meant. No, I know she had different names.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that she was stealing names. It was all of her names that she's used throughout life.
Yeah, let's name them off. You have the maiden name, of course. Okay, the maiden name, that's number one, right?
But she
Number two,
wasn't legally married by. Oh, she probably did a name change. Never mind. Yeah,
yeah,
her
that's what
maiden
I'm saying.
name, first marriage.
Okay, first marriage
Uh,
and maiden name
right.
hyphenated. Okay, you
Wait,
got
you even doing a hyphen?
yeah, you don't. Oh, you don't know about that? That's what people do.
Oh my
Because
God.
you have the maiden name, then you have the married name, then you have the hyphenated maiden married name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you get
Right.
divorced, then you still, depending on who you are, you might still keep the hyphenated name if it benefits you. And then, once the divorce goes through, you might take it off. You keep the hyphenated name until the divorce goes through. Then you might ditch that, because if you're on the prowl for a new benefactor,
Uh-huh.
you would drop that last married name to show that you're ready to move on, and then you pick up a Kody
Mm-hmm.
Brown, and then you become Robyn Maiden, no, Robyn Brown, right? But then in a pinch, you could be Robyn Maiden Brown. So yeah, you can have a whole bunch of names. It's not,
No,
and
this
it's
is
all
what she'll
legal.
do. She'll be Robyn. Her maiden name will become her middle name, and then Jessup Brown will be her last name.
I mean, hey, yep. Hey, there's always around that.
Okay, so Lena's clarifying her statement, y'all. No, I'm saying that Christine's goal or idea behind it, not saying truly fell for it.
Right.
Because let's just call a thing a thing. I feel like Truly is super, super smart, and she looks at everybody in this family, all 96 of them, as dumb as a box of rocks. I really do. Meaning she might have cards and Meri and others' names, but that's not what the low man was talking about at
Oh,
the time. Yeah,
right,
no, yeah, she just had different last names.
right.
Um, Truly probably spending more time with Cuckoo Kody now than when they were. Yeah, it is true. Now that they come back once a month, he's spending more time with her than with Truly than he ever did in the years that they lived in where they was at
Lehigh,
Flagstaff.
Flagstaff, Lehigh,
Flagstaff, yeah.
St. George. Well, some of them peoples.
Because remember, Christine said he spent 4 days with them in all those years.
Right.
I got
But
different names
remember,
because of being married twice. Oh.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
but remember, like
Mm.
Robin's in our age range, in our like bracket, right? So who's to say she didn't have some of
Mhm.
them old bills in her kids' names like they used to do?
Oh my God. Stop it.
I know you remember that. What people would like, put like they couldn't get cable, they couldn't get cable in their name. They would put in their kids' names when it was
10-year-olds with bad credit.
yes,
I
yes,
remember that. I remember that.
yes, and claim independence for kids you didn't have
Mhm.
before they required you to put social security numbers on the tax forms. Yes,
Or your pets. I
yeah,
know people who
yes,
used to claim their pets on
yes,
taxes. Oh
yes.
God. Ryan says Truly was very aware of the deterioration of her parents' relationship. Remember, she handled the news of their divorce really well because she could sense they weren't good. Well, yeah, if she's not, yeah, she realized that he wasn't coming there no more.
Right.
She had cars. Oh, Wendy. Lena says, "Preach, Jamal."
Well, yeah.
Uh,
Can you go back to that comment real quick?
which one? Preach.
One about the cards, real quick.
That one.
Yes. Okay. So here's what it is. Yes, she got the card. So what she did probably, because Robin's not stupid. What she did was she applied for the credit cards in his name, right? You
Uh
applied
huh.
for the credit cards in his name,
Uh
all
huh.
his information, but you add yourself as an authorized user and then force it. I mean, um, creatively sign the forms. That's what you do.
I know you just did not say forge.
I say creatively
Forge.
signed.
So is that kind of like what is it? You know when oh Lord, this is how old I am. Any of y'all ever took penmanship?
We
I
didn't know. We
remember
don't.
I did.
No, we didn't actually take penmanship. What it was is there was a section of class. I think it was like either 30 minutes an hour, once or twice a week, where we had to practice our writing. It wasn't penmanship per se, but there was assigned time for that.
We did penmanship when we were transitioning from block to script. That's what they called it back in my diggity day in the Northeast. Yeah. So, ooh, that's creative penmanship, Jamal. The company quit letting children name on bills now. Oh, thank
Mm-hmm.
goodness for that. He didn't know it until his credit was bad. Wow. No. I did typing class too. I did
Yeah,
typing. And
we had
gosh,
computer class. Yeah.
y'all remember this? How many of y'all actually learned how to type on a manual typewriter that did not plug into an outlet?
Where you had to replace the ribbon when it got tangled.
Yes, and you had to slide the arm
Yes.
over.
Yes.
Yes, and then I thought I was so cute when I had word processing, a typewriter you
Right.
plugged in.
Oh,
Child.
you thought if your typewriter if you had a word processor, you were it. You had made it because you could just sit there and go.
Child,
Okay,
you
real
remember
quick.
the old photocopy machine that you used to have to crank that had that thing that smelled like alcohol, the purple?
Mm-hmm.
I had to do those at school.
Okay, real
All
quick.
right, go ahead.
Who
Uh-huh.
remember? Who remember having classes where your teacher made you write in cursive? Like they would not accept any paper not in cursive.
Um, well, in penmanship class, and then after that, they expected us to, unless they asked us to do something in block. Usually in math classes, they wanted everything in block,
Right.
but all my other classes was like script.
Yeah, we had to like. I had a couple of those teachers like, oh, in my class, I only accept cursive. We like what? What? And oh, and then they would like dock you if they couldn't read it. I was like, oh my gosh. But see, I had very. I don't write that way anymore, but I had very good
Oh
penmanship.
my
Yeah,
God.
I used to
Oh,
practice
I'm
that
not
when
the only old one in here.
word processing. Yes, with the screen that was a rectangle at the bottom. You just sat there and typed, and you see it would light up, and you'd be like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, I remember all that. Hey Tina.
Well, I kind of got screwed up when I was in Barbados. I already knew how to write in penmanship, in script, and then I came up here to third grade, and I was forced to write in block again. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't like when my mother took me to the school to sign, to register me for the semester. Um, they asked my mother if I could write, and my mother was like, well, that's a stupid question. Of course she can. And she's like, well, of course you're from the Caribbean. And my mother looked at me and looked at this woman and she's like, uh-huh. She's like, can she sign her name? My mother just snapped at me and moved her finger and told me to go forward. And I signed my name in script and gave it to the woman and the principal, right, in the office.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, well, that's not going to work. And my mother said, why not? We're going to have to put her back to second grade. My mother said, why? She's supposed to be in third grade. When we started this conversation based on her age, she's supposed to be in third grade. And she's like, well, no, because the children in third grade are writing in block letters. And she said, my child just signed her name. She writes in script. And she's like, well, no, that won't do. And so my mom says, so what are the children in second grade doing? Well, block. So my mother said, so you're putting her back because she's more advanced than your second and third grade children? Well, she has to learn. My mother said, if she can write in script, she can write in block. We will be coming here
Right.
on Monday and she will be going to third grade. And the woman said, well, if she falls behind, that'll be your fault. She goes, no, that'll be your fault. Because right now she's miles ahead.
Right.
My mother had to fight to keep me in the grade that I was supposed to be in.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to penalize me because I knew how to sign my name. And one would figure if you knew script,
Right. You
you
know
would know
block.
block. She asked me to sign my name,
Right. And
and
you
I
whipped
signed my name.
it.
So I had to regress and go back and start writing everything in block. And then midway through the third grade, these turnips were learning how to write script. And I had to learn all over again.
Oh,
Yeah.
but see, I had writing books before I started preschool. My mother was like, okay, she's like, look, no, because my mom has great handwriting actually. And she's like, no child of mine is going to have chicken scratch. She's like, we're not doing that. And I kid you not, I had at least 10 books, 5
Mhm.
block, 5 script. And I got to
Mhm.
kindergarten and they're like, oh, hi, blah, blah, blah. And they was right. I had signed my name, sign my name. She's like, oh, you know, the teacher actually, oh, you know how to cursive? I'm like, yeah. So my mother bought me writing books. Like she was a big fan. She was a big fan of like neat writing. She's like, yeah, no, because she's all no. I need to be able to read what you write. No, so I had writing books like all through
Mhm.
school. Now when I got to school, I was excited. I was like, are we gonna learn this yet? They're like, no. I'm like, okay. We didn't get to like cursive or script as you want to call it until like
Mhm.
second grade, and that was like if you were in the advanced class. Like if you
Mhm.
were in the advanced class, you were still writing like block until you got to like the third grade, like the second half of
Mhm.
third grade. So you know, kids will pick up if you treat them like
Yep.
they have brains.
Yep. Yep. Let me tell you, this was a thing. Like when I immigrated to the States, it was 1978, and we immigrated to Brooklyn, New York, right? And it was an influx of Caribbean people. And the popular saying of that time was, what banana boat you came on? Take your monkey ass back on the to the banana boat back to Africa. Like it was rough when Caribbean people immigrated to the States back then. And it was just the thing that the school system will automatically put Caribbean kids back.
Right,
But they wasn't ready for my mother from Barbados that has a 98% literacy rate. Well, it used to back in the day. And I went to a Catholic convent. So they were reading us Chaucer when I was 5 at nap time, like to settle us down and listen. They would read us Chaucer. I didn't read that till I got to university in the States.
yeah,
So I it was just my mother knew what to expect when she walked in there because her friends told her, and
right,
they said, stand up for your kid. Don't let them put her back because it will keep her back for the rest of her school
right.
career, right? So my mother came in and was ready for it, and then like by the time halfway through, she was like, oh, so we talking third grade, this is where she's supposed to be. And then all of a sudden when I signed my name, all of a sudden things went left. And thank God my mother's friends had really prepped her
Right.
on what was going to happen because this
She
woman was
knew.
trying to do the okey doke.
Right, because had she not been prepared, she may have just gone
Mm-hmm.
with like, "Oh, this is just how they do things here,"
Yeah,
versus you're
yeah.
trying to penalize my child. And Lena, this is
Mm-hmm.
a great point. Kids pick up when you treat them like they have brains. Hence, the
Mm-hmm.
difference in development between Robyn's kids and the rest. And I will say this: when I was younger, my mother always spoke to me as I was an adult. Like she never spoke to me in baby talk, ever,
Mm-hmm.
never. So I still remember I had to be like what 6, 7, 8. One of those I was young, and I went to her job, and I went to her job a lot, but the lady hadn't seen me in a little while. And she's like, "Oh, hi, Jamal," and she talking to me in this voice, right? And my mom just lets her keep going. And I looked at her, I said, "Excuse me, why are you talking to me that way? You don't need to talk to me that way. I am such and such years old. I am not 2 or 3. I understand you." And the woman looked at my mom, and she looked at her, and my mom was like, "Yeah, I never talked to him that way.
Mhm.
So he's not gonna he's not, the response you got, yeah, he doesn't respond well to it." She's like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Yeah."
Mhm.
And to Lena's point, if you treat a child like they have
Mhm.
brains that can understand you, they will pick up so much faster than you trying to talk to that baby talk. You got time for that.
Mhm. True. Well, no. See, Auntie says, same here, Jamal, with my son. I got payback when he became a teenager. Um, well, I couldn't do that to my mother. She had a look. So maybe I was just scared of her. I don't know. Um, but I don't know. My family isn't that kind of touchy feely, overtly caring about each other kind of thing. So we've always spoken like how you and I talk. This is how we would
Right?
talk
Yeah.
to a 3-year old,
Same.
cursing and everything. But little kids know that they can't use those same words. Just like
Right.
how adults drank in front of children, but they knew they couldn't have these beverages. And
Hmm.
it exposed them to what life was, but they also knew right and wrong, and that you have to wait until you're older to do certain things.
Right.
Now, as adults, do we curse around parents? Yeah, but we don't call anybody auntie or uncle.
No.
I don't think there's only one or two, no, three of my cousins who actually knew a grandparent. So we don't know no granddaddy or grandmama or anything like that. We are more like friends than family, and most times we're not friends. So
Right.
my family dynamic is very, very weird and not the norm, but it's much like a European model where we are exposed to stuff that is adult, but we also learn a healthy respect for it as children.
Well, yeah. My family's very similar to that. Uh, we are dynamic, just everywhere, but within the dynamic, like I never called my aunts and uncles aunt this, aunt that. It was just, this is your first name. That's why I'm gonna call you, because that's just the way
Yeah.
we were raised.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the way how we were raised, and we were raised to understand, like, you may sit there and hear a conversation, but you don't jump in the conversation. You just
Mm-hmm.
sit there and you can listen. And something, when the adults said, "You can leave the room now," you just left. You didn't. There was no, "I want to stay and listen." It was, you left.
Yeah. Suddenly has an interesting question here. Do you think Robyn is putting the kids against each other? Yes, for Kody's affection.
Okay.
Hmm. For
Okay.
Kody's affection. Who could be the most juvenile in order to keep his attention?
I can't stand you.
Mm.
I cannot stand you for that. But
And
these,
they all lose to that little girl.
was let's see. Hey, Stephen Crisco.
Hi.
Shall have a sliver of a memory of
Hi,
doubt.
Tina.
Absolutely, she does.
Hmm.
Children were seen and not heard back in the day.
Hmm.
True, true. And I will say this about my mom: she allowed me the room to, like, give my thoughts, but not be disrespectful. I remember one time I said something. I was young. I was younger. She was like, "You know what? Actually, I have a question for you, Jamal." I'm like, "Yeah." So, do you like having lips? And I sat there and did this. I'm like, "Well, yeah, I do." She's like, "Okay, if you want them to keep them closed." I'm like, "Okay." Until this day,
Hmm.
my mother has shrunk with age, but I still have that healthy respect and healthy fear of her. Like, that's mom.
Hmm.
So, and that's just how she raised me. And when you raise your kids, if you raise your kids and give them respect, like, they're going to be respectful people, in my opinion. But when you shelter them, they'll be naive until they learn the hard way. And I think
Yeah.
that's what's kind of
Yeah.
happening with Robyn, what she's doing with Kody, like the whole pitting them for affection. Yes, see, because here's the thing. She was pitting herself against these other wives for Kody's affection.
Mm-hmm.
And she's doing the same thing with her children, pitting them against each other for Kody's affection. This is what Robyn knows, because this is how she's surviving.
Yeah, Ryan agrees. Robyn has stunted her older kids' emotional growth. That's why they're still at home, and all those other kids are thriving adults.
I have a question for you along these lines.
Mm-hmm.
This part, notice Meri, now Meri, but Janelle and Christine, they basically lived independent lives, especially when Robyn came in the picture, right? So do you look at that dynamic and how their kids are out thriving and they're independent and this and that, right? Now you go over to the McMansion and how Robyn is very dependent on Kody. And I think do you think she's done the same thing to her children?
Well, yeah, because remember he said they're 18. Bye-bye. She's dependent on her children. Remember when the boy Dayton wanted to go away to school and she picked up the entire Brown clan to follow behind him? She's dependent on her children. And she has stunted their emotional growth to be dependent on her. It's like a symbiotic relationship. She needs them kids to remain kids so that she can be taken care of. Because remember, she said when she first came into the Brown clan, I need a man who's going to take care of my kids, i.e. me, through my kids. So she needs them kids to remain emotionally stunted so that she can be taken care of. And molded,
and molded into loyalty. That's another key for Kody. Loyalty. You have to be loyal to me. So what she's doing is, I hate to say this, she's manipulating her children through her own actions, because she's showing all this loyalty to Kody, and she's teaching her children to do the same.
But I'm gonna throw this at you.
Okay.
Robyn has planted the loyalty tick in Kody's brain.
Okay.
He ain't know nothing about loyalty before she came in there, because he had these three old heifers up here, and there was never loyalty mentioned as much. This is Robyn putting it in his head about loyalty. And so she bows down and she's everything that she tells him he deserves, so that she could then turn around and say, well, them three old bitches over there never did this for you. They never loved you. They were never loyal to you like I am. They don't treat you like I do. I gave you an office. I gave you a space in the garage. I give you anal. I mean, everything that she gives him, she then counterpoints with what they haven't done. He never spoke about loyalty until recently. And that's why I believe that Robyn planted that into his brain.
For example, like she said, Kody, I love you. I respect you. I'll always be loyal to you. I can see her doing that. I can see her doing that. That's a very good point.
This is the reason why she wouldn't touch the door at Meri's house. She defers to him. She lets him be the leader. She lets him be the patriarch, even though she pulling all the strings.
Right.
And he too stupid or jacked up on something from the gym, allegedly, to realize it. It's crazy.
And the funny thing is, though, when she defers to Kody, she makes it a point to do it in front of the other wives.
To show them how it's done.
Yes.
Because one of the other ones gonna mouth off. And if they don't, like Meri, she's going to egg Meri on to go down a road that's not going to be beneficial to Meri.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Go ahead.
I'm glad you brought that up, because now it has me thinking about the scenarios. And when you said loyalty and how she's teaching her kids, and I brought up the fact that is through her actions. and you brought up the deferring, that makes that now it makes all of these other scenes fit to where she would be just, Kody, what do you think? Oh, Kody, like, what do you think? Stuff like that. Now with these pieces, I'm like, this makes way more sense. Like she's pulling more strings than even I realized.
Yeah. And Auntie wants to know what's Robyn gonna do when Kody get other wives. Hello, FM.
She's gonna be okay with it because we have to remember she not trying to look at Kody all day like that anyway, because she is, this is why she really mad at Christine. She mad at Christine for kicking him out because she's like, damn, that's one less place he can go. And I can't get rid of him. But see, Robyn, you did this to yourself because you put yourself on the island and you kept pointing out the quote unquote flaws of the other wives to where he didn't want to go over there. That is why he's with you so much.
And FM says, hey, FM love. Robyn totally manipulated them all, even her own kids. It's terribly sad. Can't make a hoe into a sister wife. Gabe and Aurora be getting down or about to. Ah! Okay. Doesn't Gabe have a girlfriend though? Let's hope. Pray. Kody picked independent women, but fell head over heels to have a submissive woman. But is she submissive though? Because she's topping from the bottom, and that is what he doesn't realize. He's not in control. She's got him souped up on so much vitamins that he doesn't know top from bottom. When I was little, we were taught to respect and play nice with our neighbors. These days, the neighbor or the neighbor's children do not respect the neighbor. Child. Robyn is mad because she's gonna have him all the time.
Exactly.
She doesn't want to be the only wife. She wants to be the favorite with Minion's wives.
Yes.
Well, you can't be favorite if you don't have anyone to point at and say, look, I'm better than her. Look what she did.
But see,
when you're the only one, all of the bad stuff falls on you. And if he brings in new wives, he's going to bring in little 20-somethings. And she can't run game on these 20-somethings like she did these old crows.
Oh, they won't be 20-somethings. Bet you mid-30s. Bet you mid-30s.
Y'all keep on saying that they grooming the older girl that don't cry, that like Gabriel.
But that's only because allegedly, the reason why they would do this because they would have complete control. One, because of Robyn's influence over just being a mother in general, and then two, Kody's has been around for so long. So that would be an easy number two. You slide her in as number two, and a good number two, and you give her a couple of years to train her even more. Then you bring in the minions. That's how you work it.
Well, hello. Forgive me if I mispronounce.
Go ahead.
Is it Valadia?
That's where I was going.
Okay. Well, forgive us if we mispronounce. Hello and welcome. Robyn wanted to be the preferred wife, not the only wife.
That.
Yes.
I love that.
Her scheme doesn't work when she's the only wife because then all the vitriol is turned on her.
Exactly.
Busy working. Oh, Tina, thank you for joining us while you're working. Don't get in trouble. Gabe is smarter than that. He knows if he get with Aurora, he gonna have to see Robyn. It's a deal breaker.
True.
He can hit it and don't own it. He could do that. Props to Christine for being supportive and Chuli's relationship with Kody. Yeah, that's true. Here's the thing though. What's this? Props also to Christine for not speaking speaking against Mykelti's betrayal, and it's super shady how Robyn uses that relationship with Mykelti for her benefit. Well, update on, I heard something else regarding Gwendolyn's no-show at the wedding. Apparently, it has to do with a legal proceeding that she's involved in with TLC, wanting to be paid independently for her services instead of it going through the family account. So since there's litigation and they couldn't come to an agreement for her not being filmed and being paid independently as opposed to going through the family account, she opted out of her mother's wedding. It hurt Christine. but she could have showed up and put like something over her face, you know. I don't know.
But see, here's the thing.
If Logan showed up, she could have showed up.
But Debbie, this tells me the wedding's being filmed then.
It is. Why else are they filming?
Right?
It is.
But here's the thing with Christine, though. Christine, I understand. I really, really do understand. Mm-hmm. But on one hand, Gwen, you could have been way in the back somewhere. But you could have been there somewhere. That's why I think you could have been there somewhere. You could have been in the tree. You could have been in the car honking or something. You could have been there.
You know what she could have showed up in? A few seasons back on all the runways, there were these stocking caps with sequins on them.
Yes.
My nephew even took a picture in one. It was black with black sequins on it.
Right.
She could have showed up in that and we would have never known.
Right. We used to wonder who's that. That's all we would have wondered. And then on the other hand, Christine, you have to understand, you raised some smart children. That just tells me she's trying to break away as well. Mm-hmm. Gwen saw what you did and took notes. She's like, I'm not gonna wind up hooked up with them into all this financial shenanigans. Nah, I'm cool.
Hold on. Doesn't she make $16K on Patreon per month? She should have showed up for her mama, money or no. She ain't hurting in the wallet area. She makes $16,000 a month on Patreon.
Probably.
Jamal, what are we doing wrong? We don't come on here looking for cash. We just come on here looking for chit chat.
So, Lena, I can explain this a little bit. The reason why I think it's not so much the money aspect.
It's the litigation.
It's the litigation and her trying not to have her money entangled, with Robyn and Kody and them. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what it is. I don't think it's the money, because what it is the negotiations broke down over her wanting to be independent and not part of the family. So I that's why I said I could see both sides. I mean, Gwen's trying to get out now because she saw what her mother went through, and she sees what Janelle was going through with not having anything that's completely in her name only.
Don't jump on Gwen. We got to hear all sides of it, because we got to hear all sides of it. FM says Garrison got a house, but his mama don't. What the hell? Garrison had his own bank account. Janelle was tied up with the family account, aka Robyn's piggy bank. She could have waited outside and not been fair. She had choices for her mom, and she didn't. Period. She had options.
She acted impulsively. And she did not think.
Yeah, she didn't. But again, she'll realize that later on, you know.
Right.
Other things that happened in this episode. Yay! Meri has 2 whole friends. No one cares. No one cares. But bless Jen for trying to make it seem interesting up there in Pentagon or wherever it is in Utah that she's at. Good luck to y'all with that renovation. Let us know when the professional kitchen goes in. We'll be interested. Right. Then anything else happened during the episode? We saw McKelty bring her daughter for the birthday party. Another timeline goof. We go at it's the unanniversary. Is that how Christine called it? X-anniversary, because celebrating your divorce just isn't enough, ladies. You also have to celebrate the day that you married your ex-husband and that you're no longer married to him. Production told Kody to call her right as she was sitting down to talk. And I'm glad she didn't answer that bitch. And how she gonna say, can you babysit truly? Daddies don't babysit. Or she might have said that on purpose, because basically Kody's not a daddy.
I think she said that shit on purpose. I think she said that. I think she knew exactly what she was saying.
Let's not forget Kody calling the kids jerks. Oh, yes. That was my second note at the top of my thing. I wrote it down. I played it back like about 5 times. Kody finally admits All of you are just jerks. I don't want to be around you, and I'm tired of it, and I don't want to call them or be around them. Bitch. Listen, my father died when I was very, very young. My stepfather passed. That wasn't a great relationship either. I don't have a father figure per se. However, if Kody was my father figure and my biological sperm donor, and he had said shit like this about me on national and international global TV, he wouldn't be sleeping tonight. He would. Oh my God. This was horrendous. Horrendous.
Mm-hmm.
Shame on you. Shame on you. You ever heard of what is it? Horse and quartered, or what, where they tie ropes to each of your extremities and then tie it to a horse and they all pull.
Right.
That's what should happen to him.
Yikes.
That's what should happen to him. How dare he? How dare he?
The ex-anniversary with the gals. Yes, Ryan. It'll have to be a woman who can put Robyn in her place. Yup. Auntie agrees with you. Production did do it. Lena says she did that on purpose. Yup. She was an English teacher at one point, so she knows words have power. Christine was. This was a hilarious. Yes, Christine was not falling for the okie doke. She said, "I'm not answering that." That was hilarious. Oh, yeah. Christine. I'm so sorry, guys. Such a wussy. Kody said this after claiming he said he could reach out to them after, like, was it before Christmas?
Yeah, before Christmas in February. Fuck you. Get out of here. Valadia, they have me blocked. No, they don't.
Valadia says Kody always said he was babysitting the kids. He's always said that. Okay. Drawn and quartered.
Yes, that's it. Thank you, Lena.
How is Kody going to come back from that now? He's the kid, baby.
What McKelty gonna say to that now? Let her sit on her Patreon crying.
Right.
While your husband Tony taking notes to figure out how to hurt you in the future. Go ahead, girl.
Yeah, I heard this song with Gwen use school as an excuse. I think I honestly, Sunway, I think she used the school, and then when people want people to find out that she's in litigation with TLC. Because even the school excuse didn't fly with me. I'm like, nah, girl, you could have brought the laptop with you and just sat there in the front row typing or something. Valadia says, I don't believe Kody ever called the boys. Me neither. Shame also in Robyn's kids that they so-called really viewed everyone else as their siblings. How can they not be supportive to them during such trying time? Know what's going on. So here's the thing, though. You program, like Debbie said, programming. Just like those kids aren't going to go against their mother, those girls are not going against their mother either. The programming is too tight in that respect.
But wait, when Robyn came on our screens this week and said, the integration into the family had lots of problems at the beginning. They never fully accepted us. Well, when you in a house 5 hours away, and when you finally move nearby, you won't move into the main house, but you move a few blocks away. You were demanding Kody one night, your turn, even though you wasn't married. And then when you finally did get married, you still refused to stay in the same house. You moved around the corner. You've always kept yourself separate. So don't say that they made it difficult for you. You put up the roadblocks, Robyn. You had the hard stops of what you will and will not do with this family. You have kept yourself isolated and separated, and you have kept your children isolated and separated. The first 13 kids, they knew how to play with each other and other children, and they accepted your rugrats, plus the two small ones that you popped out afterwards. But you demanded to be separate, and you demanded extra time from that numbnut Kody Brown so that he could pretend that he had a loving relationship with you. That's some bullshit that she put down on our screens this week. And then she said, oh, it got better at year 10, but then COVID hit. and when Christine left, she took away all the children. The fuck are you saying? Are you like, who said it in here earlier in this live chat? Can they go back and go on TLC Go or Discovery Plus or Max? It's this show called Sister Wives. It's got 18 seasons on. Go back and watch from season 1.
Oh, Ryan. So Ryan's, I'm tempted to go back and watch this from the beginning. Ryan, Debbie, and I talked about this, and we think once this season's over, we may go back to season 1 and do a retro react with our eyes now. We're seriously thinking about just,
would y'all do that?
Would y'all like that?
We're gonna put a poll up, and y'all let us know.
Right. What we would do is after this season, we would go back and rewatch it and recap it like we do now, but with our eyes now, and do a comparison.
I don't think we'll like it. Hindsight is 2020.
No, and the thing is, I'm kind of in agreement with you, but
I know I'm gonna get mad.
Right.
I'm gonna get mad.
Because I'm interested to go back and watch it because I want to see all the red flags I missed. I mean, I'll be honest for myself. The fact that she came in on 3 lies, and I said this last week's show, she came in on 3 lies with 3 kids and $30,000 in Victoria's Secret debt. That is 3 threes. You coming in all wrong.
And 3 hungry mouths to feed.
Yeah, 3 kids.
Can't. Anything else? The anniversary dinner, it was, I didn't care about it. Her friends was just getting too nosy, and I was just wondering why Janelle need friends. How Christine came to Flagstaff, made friends, and you ain't make no friends. What's going on here?
Okay, real quick, Lena says she literally connects every possible unrelated thing to Christine as well. And here's why she does that. The reason why she does that, because she knows Christine is the wife that Kody likes the least, and she played on that the whole time. Because remember, every complaint that she said, anything that's gone wrong in this marriage, she's blamed Christine. She's never blamed Meri. She's never blamed Janelle. She picked on Christine because Christine was the easiest target.
Okay, Lena says Robyn came in dragging 3 kids with her, escaping her own panty-induced poverty. Wild.
Not panty-induced poverty.
I can't with y'all.
Oh.
Yes, Victoria's Secret debt. It's just crazy. How many thong panties does one got to have? I don't know. Ryan wants a confrontational tell-all. I want WWE SmackDown at this point.
And I want a good host. I want a very good host.
Well, I don't think we'll get one.
No. I already know in my head who I would want to host this, but I don't think they can do it due to probably network negotiations. But
who? Sally?
Nah, I would. It's a stretch. I know. I would say bring Kenya more on the line. Let her host.
That would be good.
And let Kenya do the reunion. The tell-all for this.
That would be good. Or bring back oh my God, they had her at the beginning. Oh my God, I follow her on Instagram. Very short hair. Used to be on NBC to morning show. She's from Texas. Her sister got killed in a DA situation. What is her name? Tamron Hall. Thank you. Yes, Tamron Hall used to do the tell-alls like way back in the day when they were super fake. But she be calling out bitches on her show now.
She really does, though.
I wouldn't mind her. She would eat Kody alive. Tamron, yes. Yes, please. Wait, so you seriously want us to rewatch it? Y'all are going to make the decision. We're going to put up a poll later on today. Keep an eye out on our community tab, and you let us know. We'll let it run for today and tomorrow, and through Saturday.
Yeah,
we'll Saturday. Let it run through Saturday, and you guys can decide. So it'll be entirely up to you.
Yeah, and this will be a retro react starting at season 1.
Ryan says that she liked the host of 90 Day Fiance UK Tell All.
She was good. I liked her.
She was good, but she was too busy telling jokes. And we need somebody to be confrontational and to be able to hold people accountable and like not be scared to be involved in a fight on the stage like Kenya.
Right.
Sorry. Not once do you hear Robyn ever take any accountability that she's an adult with children, still doesn't understand that this is about the family. All she's done is use all of them. Exactly. Because like Christine said, Robyn has never been in polygamy. She doesn't have a concept of it at all. And Steven wants us to rewatch. Okay, Lena was okay. She probably had her youngest too. Just go legitimize her place. And to lock him in, so she could have 2 biologicals. So if he's not going to pay child support on the first 3, she'll have at least 2 in the bag.
But the funny thing, this is funny though. She came in with a plan, right, for pre-marriage, marriage, and post-marriage. She is I can't even hate on her game for this because she picked the perfect patsy and he fell for it.
Lena, you're right. They need someone who's not afraid to pull all the clips and bring all that evidence. But this person also has to walk a very fine line with the talent because we want them to come back for another season so we can tear them down and be angry at our screens. So don't forget, we have a massive ego here with Kody Brown. But he's in poverty right now. So he let his fear out the bag last season. He ain't scared of nothing but poverty. I said bring out all the clips. All the clips.
Ken you have no clips. Ken you have the clips ready. Like,
she'll have them on her phone. She'll have them on her phone.
She'd be like, that's not what you said. Footage, go.
I can't wait till y'all get to the episode where they talk about Robyn's oldest kids going to visit their father and how brainwashing, gaslighting, all the above Kody, Robyn, which child. She did run a bit of a scam on her first husband though, because she made him seem like the worst thing ever with like A and how they were left and like she ran a game on that man. Robyn came into like boss hog. Oh child, yes she did. Missing their dad. Robyn just wanted to be on the show and get taken care of, basically. Let's see. Oh, we need someone. Okay. Hey, Vale. Also, we need someone to dig into the dynamic between wives shit talking about each other to Kody and how he used to react about it. I think at the beginning, he was just one of the girls when it was the first 3. And he would, just take in the information, whatever. By the time they included Robyn took all of that information and used it against the family. So
Agreed.
she used the wife's pillow talk against them through Kody. Oh.
I will be down for one of those 2.
Oh, that would be interesting.
And with Nene and Bethany, there would be no conflict of there would be no competition involved. No competition clause.
Interesting. All right, y'all. We are super late for Whitney. So give us a few minutes. We'll turn everything around and come back and let's talk about My Big Fat Fabulous Life. Jesus Christ. One of these days I'm going to remember that fucking show's name.
It's Whitney.
It's Whitney. Just
Yeah.
bear with me, y'all. There's only so much I can remember during the day, and her show isn't apparently one of them. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for all your fabulous comments. I can't wait to see what you write with the replay crew. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all the new subscribers. We really appreciate you joining us. We will be right back. And if you're interested and if you've lasted this long, make sure you check out our playlist. We've organized everything so that if you have a favorite show, you can go through all of our little chit chat sessions regarding your favorite episodes. So Jamal, any final thoughts?
Like this show, I have to say, as this goes on and we just see the breakdown of the family, like just the downfall, the crumble. It's amazing what people are saying now, and we find out what they've really noticed over the years.
Yeah. All right, guys, we will be back in a couple of minutes. Hang in there with us if you can. Jamal, until next time.
Of course.
All right, y'all. Bye.